our old friend Ann Coulter is channeling her inner watchdog on Wall Street in her piece today. I'm just saying, I haven't heard much from her lately, but again, a fantastic piece and she's taken this entire thing apart, talking about the indictment of Trump and why Democrats should actually read her book, Resistance is Futile, or The Boy Who Cried Wolf, one or the other. After years of making insane, again, this is how she's balanced in her arguments, and this is important. One of the things we try to get across here on the program, the need to be balanced, the need to have two opposing thoughts at the same time within one's head, to see things clearly. After years of making insane accusations against Trump, from Russia collusion to indicting him for misdemeanor record-keeping errors in his blackmail payments to a porn star, liberals finally, they have him dead to rights, committing felonies. No one believes him. No one believes them. That's right. That's right. It's their own fault. You know, the boy who cried wolf. Much to my surprise, writes Ann, the documents Trump had speared away to Mar-a-Lago were not cheesy souvenirs appealing to his juvenile sensibility like Shaquille O'Neal's shoe or a picture of Kim Kardashian. No, the documents he'd stuffed in Mar-a-Lago's ballroom, bathroom, and shower, among other highly secure locations. Again, she's got the sarcasm like I have. Included information about our nuclear weapons programs, the defense capabilities of the United States and other countries, potential vulnerabilities of the United States and its allies to military attack, and plans for possible retaliation. Bill Barr, this was Trump's attorney general, again, said on Fox News Sunday, these are among the most sensitive secrets the country has. All right, not very good, right? Plans to attack Iran drawn up by the Pentagon are not, as alleged on Fox and the Wall Street Journal, that they're just newspapers, press clippings, letters, note cards, and photographs. Yeah, some of it were there, but it wasn't all. Another reminder that Trump defenders need to wait a beat before repeating his claims like trained SEALs. The government has Trump on audio tape, boasting about how incredibly secret and highly confidential the documents are, as he showed them off to people at his Bedminster club. As president, I could have declassified it, he told the non-security cleared person. Now I can't, but this is still a secret. How many Republicans have sworn up and down that Trump had declassified all the papers he removed from the White House? Now he's on tape admitting that was a lie. Trump's excuses. I declassified all of them. I complied with the Presidential Papers Act. It's a political hit job. It's false, but irrelevant to the obstruction of justice counts against him. You can be completely innocent, people. You can be completely innocent of any underlying charge, didn't do it, but you have to produce the documents. If you get subpoenaed, you have to produce the documents. If a grand jury requests it, you have to give it up. If they ask you for Shaquille O'Neal's shoe, you have to give it to them. This is the basics of our law. Otherwise, targets of investigations would fire up the shredding machines, evidence would disappear, and the legal system would grind to a halt. And, the funny thing is, Trump mentioned that. He was talking about, there was a shredding machine outside of Dick Cheney's office when he was leaving. Anyway, is a free tip to lawyers, guaranteed to make your practice better. Don't tell clients to burn evidence, even if the info is embarrassing. Trump's argument that he had a right to hide these documents from the government is the equivalent of Democrats' everybody does it defense that Bill Clinton said in the whole Monica Lewinsky, Paula Jones, that whole thing there. Yeah, everybody does it. And again, and with her wit, yes, all Democrats engage in oral sex with interns young enough to be their daughters. Anyway, just like Trump, Clinton thought the lawsuit against him was a political hit job. Nobody's business. His private life So what did he do? He perjured himself during his sworn deposition. Then, well, we all know what happens. We got a blue dress with DNA on it. And in fact, after all this information came out, if you remember, all the members of the Supreme Court boycotted his next State of the Union address. They did. You can't have a legal system if people lie under oath and defy subpoenas. It's unfathomable that a president or ex-president would do these things. Clinton's situation ended with a deal. In exchange for not going to trial, he produced an admission that he gave false testimony. When he lost his law license for 5 years, he paid, what was his fine? 25 grand in fees, reimbursed the legal fees, paid Paula Jones 850 grand, 90,000 to her lawyers. And again, all went away. Trump's case, it could end like that. Or it could end with, like Hillary Clinton, a report reciting the crimes, declining to prosecute, whatever it may be. But again, Ann doesn't think it will, because same argument that we've been making here. Prosecuting Trump helps Biden get reelected. I said that with Alvin Bragg. It helps them because it makes the MAGA people get more fired up. It gets them. And with as far as the Democrats are concerned, they're hoping, they're praying that Trump gets the nomination rather than a Vivek. For crying out loud. Joe Biden decomposing before our very eyes. Kamala Harris is an imbecile. You take a look at their track record. It's awful. It's ridiculous. Look at the polls. I've been talking about this for how long? Look at what do people care about this country? It's kitchen table issues. The Biden administration is failing. Even James Carville. It's the economy, stupid. Nah, it's Trump now. Trump's Carville's argument in this case in point. Trump's argument isn't that he didn't do it, but deflection. What about Hillary? What about Hunter? What about Bill? What about Hillary? What about Mike Pence? What about Sandy Berger? It's a double standard. This is another point that I've made that Anna's making again. You didn't know. You didn't know that there was a double standard. You didn't know that? Just popped into my head. It's kind of funny, off the beaten track. Back to my coaching lacrosse days. Coaching a team from Long Island. There's two major hotbeds for lacrosse in the country where, again, the overwhelming majority of the kids come from this Long Island and Maryland. And we would go down to Maryland. We'd go down to Maryland to play in a tournament. And most of the tournaments were actually down there. Do you think we'd get a call ever? Oh, the refs hated us. Refs, Maryland, I hate people from Long Island. It's just this thing that goes on. It's this hatred that goes on between the two. We knew that there was a double standard. The kids would complain. I actually, in practice, no joke, we used to practice bad calls. I used to do it on purpose in practice. Make bad calls on purpose just to see how kids would react and trying to get them to keep their cool because, again, that's life. Life's not fair. There's a double standard. There is a double standard. We know this. Any Republican who thought he could get away with doing something illegal because Democrats did it first is too stupid to be our champion, much less the Republican nominee for president. You want to do something about the double standard, people on the right? Run someone who enrages the left by winning, not by constantly creating little legal messes benefiting no one but himself. Again, Ann Coulter today, her piece. I can't wait, because every single time it's almost, I'm having fun with this. Every single time I do a cover a story, this whole Trump nonsense that's going on, you should see how enraged the super Trumpsters get with me. What do you do? You want me to lie? Have I said anything that's not accurate here? I mean, and again, I don't have any problem. You want to debate me on this? Debate me on facts, for crying out loud. Okay, the things that people come up with they're ridiculous. I know you love the guy, okay? But, honestly, if Donald Trump really cared, if it's like he says he does, he really cared about the country, okay? Don't you think he'd understand the situation on the ground, what's taking place, and move on and say, I'm going to do everything and anything I can to help the Republican nominee, whoever it is, win this next time around? Just think it's the right thing to do. Oh, he's the only person that can fix the country, make America great again. Only one. Yeah. WatchDog on wallstreet.com.